Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick
Chick
Picker.
Picker.
How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning. Happy. I don't know what day it is.
Happy.
Happy. I don't know what day it is. That's a norm.
Happy hump day.
It is Wednesday. Man,
Boom.
there she is.
There she is.
Straight out of Compton. Oh, quarantine.
Let's see what you. I need to see a picture of what we.
Naked man.
Yep. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. I just ate.
So, is Brandon's appearances, does that increase the amount of viewers we get or decrease the amount of viewers we get?
You know what? Truthfully, I don't even want to look because it would be scary.
I can't see that picture. My eyes are just not working today. Okay, that thing.
I can't see. Where's my beer?
I'm falling and I lost my bear.
How's everybody doing?
I'm all right.
I'm still trying to get my blood flowing here.
I slept really good in my bed.
Did you?
Yeah, it helped my back a lot.
Was it too small?
Yeah. It's
It'll
a little,
work.
Yeah.
It'll work.
Yeah, we had to buy stairs for the dogs.
No, you don't. They can sleep on the floor.
I don't know.
Build them a little bed in their hallway or even in the bedroom.
Yeah. I don't know.
Make a little pallet and they'll be fine.
Fuzzy's such an ass. He'll sit there and bark until Brandon puts him in bed.
Oh my gosh. Morning, Mike. How you doing?
Mike.
Yeah,
So
I could see how that would be an issue if you're just barking and barking and barking and barking.
Yeah. And then I don't want them to jump off.
Right.
Because I'm afraid that they're going to hurt themselves because they're older, even the Chihuahuas, you know.
Yeah. Morning, Kelly and Nashana. Hope y'all are doing good. Oh, Wednesday. What's going on Wednesday?
it's kind of a normal day.
Work
here.
And more work and more work.
Yeah. I was kind of proud of myself yesterday. I got the carport all slicked up to set up my tables and
nice
displays for my garage sale.
All there.
Good job.
You know what?
Mm.
Garage sales are easy when they're going on, but they're hard before and after.
Right.
You got out of the box.
You got to set up, and then when it's over with, you're just tired, so you don't feel like taking down.
Right.
Do I really have to drag all this crap back in the house? You know.
Oh, Kelly says she's going to a job fair today and going to renew my driver's license. That's good.
Are you looking for a job, Kelly?
She is. She took care of someone for like 14 years and
oh yeah.
And she's not doing that no more, so she's looking. I'm sure you'll find something. There's lots of places looking for nurses.
Oh yeah.
That's a great profession to be in because You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if anything else, you could go to a hospital and do that, but that may not be your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hospital nursing is tough. Gwen did that for
It's
about
a
a year total.
it's it's a hard job.
She would have 12 hours on and 12 hours off for 4 days a week. And
Yep.
that was hard.
Oh, Kelly says hospitals don't hire LVNs anymore. Oh wow. Well,
What is
you
it?
can always
RNs and then your aides, and that's it?
pretty much, yeah, I guess.
PAs?
Hmm.
Is that it? That's all they do?
Apparently,
That's weird.
I know when I was working respiratory, it was. I think respiratory is needed, but definitely they were. I mean, because anybody can give a treatment, so they were really just the nursing. They were kind of, if we were short, they would pass the treatments on to the nurses, and the nurses would have to administer the treatment to the patient. And so it's, yeah, we definitely felt that there was a problem, maybe that respiratory was going to be gone. Kelly says
Yeah.
for LVNs, it's mainly home health, nursing homes, or rehab centers, and some doctors' offices. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of nursing homes.
Yeah.
There may be
It's
less now. I mean,
it's
COVID is really hard on elderly.
right.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Well, I
hopefully
watched
you'll
that.
find something at the job fair. Kind of think outside the box. You know.
I watched that Netflix, The Last Cruise, and it's about the Asian cruise ship that got stuck in Yokohama Harbor for like a month,
Uh
and
huh.
all the people stranded on board, and they had like 650 people on board contract COVID,
Oh my gosh.
and the ship's doctor was just ragged. He
Can
looked
you
like a
even imagine?
he looked like a fairly young guy, but I mean you could. And then all the staff, they showed their cramped living quarters, and so their percentage of catching COVID was higher than the
Sure.
guests.
Sure.
Guests were all locked in their
Wow.
staterooms, and
Makes you not want to go on a cruise.
yeah, and
Definitely.
the people were wondering, how bad is this? And for a while, they were thinking they're just going to sink the ship right here in the harbor
Yeah.
and be
Wow.
done with it. And you're like, golly, is that a real possibility? Because at the time, they didn't know how bad COVID was or
Right.
even how you could contract it. They didn't know it was airborne. They didn't know that you could still transmit it even though you had no symptoms.
Right. Huh.
So it was a weird show, but yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
the Japanese medical facilities, and they've got good facilities, but they were just overwhelmed and didn't know what to do. And yeah, they had
And then you're
areas.
and then you're cut off from, other civilization
Yeah,
because nobody else wants to come on and help out, because it's such a high concentration of, I don't know. That'd be a big old mess.
And then when they did disembark from the ship, a little at a time, they went into like ET tunnels,
Right.
and they were, golly.
Mike says worse than herding kindergartners. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Or well, I don't know if you could. I don't know if you could do that or not. You might actually try a traveling service, because even if you can, which I know you got kids and stuff, so that might be a little difficult. But like a temp service, that might be something to look into.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, did anybody else get the message from eBay that we want to offer you a loan? You're already pre-qualified. You can get up to $35,000 for your business.
No.
Did y'all get that message?
Nope.
I just got it like yesterday or this morning sometime.
No, I didn't get that.
Like, dang, eBay, you're not making enough money. Now you want to get people in debt to you. Mm-hmm.
Well, they've got that new with the eBay with the managed payments. They've got that new lending point or something like that.
Yeah, they got a pretty much a full credit card banking situation going.
Yeah.
Do they offer a debit card?
No.
I bet that's not far down the road.
I've heard things are in the works for that, but yeah, I don't know how.
Instead of Bank of America, it's going to be Bank of eBay.
Bank of eBay.
Bank of Iberia. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
What? Oh
I'm
my
making
God.
stuff up as usual.
Right. That's okay. We forgive you.
Brandon, most people put the rubber on before they go to bed. You're just standing there.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
The plastic. Never mind.
Hot mess. Hot mess. Yeah, Kelly says, yeah, they send me somewhere where I have to do a ton of lifting. I really can't. So, can't do that with that anymore. Yeah. I think a doctor's office would be a great place for you.
So places are looking for,
or
LVNs with strong backs now instead of weak backs.
Here's another option. You could always go back to school for your RN. I know that's hard to do also, because that changes your whole life. Right. I get it, Kelly. She said they make it sound like roses and fairies and stuff, but I need the weekends off and to be home by 5 or 6 in the morning or in the evening. So that won't fly. Yeah.
Yeah, my niece just got hurt. She's up there in nursing. She got a master's degree, and what's the next step higher than RN? It's like almost doctor.
No.
Oh, like
it's not called a PA, like a physician's assistant.
Oh, it's not a PA?
No. Well,
it's like a higher form of nurse or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, yeah.
She's already making like 80,000 a year doing that.
Yeah. Nurse practitioner.
practitioner.
Yeah, nurse practitioner. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds right. She's already doing that at age 28. I'm like,
Yeah, she's
why
got
didn't I do? Why didn't I do something for a living that made a bunch of money?
she got it good. Yeah.
My first year of teaching, I got $10,000 for the school year,
Wow.
plus 4,000 for being a band director. All the extra duties.
Wow. Wow.
Isn't that funny? But that was 1970, fall of 78. So
Yep.
money was worth more then.
Okay. Carol says her sister's a nurse practitioner. Morning,
But,
Carol.
but she makes good money. Good morning, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Bargain shopping. Oh my goodness.
So
Hmm.
I have a question.
Okay.
I'm looking at my March statement. What does advanced listing upgrade fees? What is that?
That's you may have clicked on something like to put a title, like a secondary title, or something like that, or an extra picture. I was talking to Valerie about that the other day, and I had seen that fee, and I looked at the listing, and in the secondary title, I had a single letter, and they've been charging me $1 extra every month for that one letter, and
Right.
it was a mistake.
Wow. Yeah. Got to
So
keep
if
an
you
eye
see
on
something,
those invoices. They sneak
yes,
that stuff in, and then if you're not looking at it close enough, you just keep on paying it.
yes.
Hmm.
And I
Morning,
don't
Julie.
even know, that thing's been listed for like 2 years, so I don't know if, you know, I paid an extra $24,
Yeah.
in just that one fee, which it amounts up after you've had it listed a couple of years,
Right.
Oh, I may have
So
been trying to put a location on one of my items and accidentally hit extra title or something like that.
yeah, something
I
like,
mean, it was only $1.50, but I didn't know what that charge was.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Still.
$1.50,
Yeah.
if you've had it listed for a couple of years, it can add up.
Yeah.
True.
And I have another question about the March bill. It says
Yeah,
I owe $75 for promoted listing fees. I thought they took that out
Well, they
at
didn't
purchase
start
time.
taking that out until the middle of March.
Oh.
So you owe what, from the beginning of the month until they started taking it out of because they didn't start that like at the beginning of the month. They started that in the middle of the month. So you owe the first part of the month where they didn't take it out. Yeah.
Okay, so my my invoice will be about half what it is now next time because that's coming out with each sale.
Right.
depending on what you sell and for how much and all that good stuff. Yeah.
True.
I like that. I mean, I know that there has to be a process, and the first month is probably the stickiest because you're trying to work it in and mesh it all together with everything else, and everybody's trying to get used to it. So it's
Mhm.
going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. We'll get through it. I think it's a great thing that they did taking the fees out as soon as it's, you know. And that's the thing too, is not, they don't take those fees out when I mean, if the item's paid for, it still has to process.
Yeah.
So they don't take those fees out of, they take those fees out of your available balance because it comes out automatically.
Mm-hmm.
So you have, you know, you get a sale, they take it out of the fees out of the available balance, but that item hasn't processed yet. I mean,
Right.
it'll all come out in the wash, but if you are, I don't know how that would work if you were on daily payouts. I guess you'd have a negative
Yeah.
at one point, and then it would, you know,
So
fix itself.
it's not, I'm not getting charged any more or less doing it one way or the other. It's just a different way of charging it out now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm slow,
definitely.
but I kind of understand.
Good morning, Beth.
Hi, Beth.
And I think they try. I
Good
definitely think they try
Hi,
to.
Lori.
Hi, Lori.
morning.
I definitely think they try to confuse. I think they try to make it as confusing as possible. So and that's kind of the way they've always worked, the invoices and everything, because you know that's how they roll.
And
Look,
see,
we-
I didn't think that we had to pay anything for international fees, but we do.
What do you mean?
There is an international fee.
Oh, is there?
When you sell something overseas, yeah, it's international.
I thought all that got charged to GSP.
No. It was very minimal because, okay, the final amount was $11.88, so I was charged 20 cents. But if you sold something big, you know, and for a lot of money, that could add up.
Yeah.
Why would they,
And
why would
I
they do
have
that when
always
they're
had
charging
to-
them all? The GSP is charging the out of country buyers so much money for shipping and fees. That didn't make any sense. Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, and here's another one for final amount was $16.09, and they charged me 27 cents.
Sounds
Well,
about
anyway.
right. Sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not griping about that. I think that's probably a fair price to pay, you know. But it's just another little way that they can pack on little stuff, you know.
Yep.
But
They're good at that. They're good at packing on those fees, and yep. Definitely. So, what's going on, Lori?
Hopefully today's better than the last few.
I tell you what, I was reading their messages and I was like, oh my gosh, what a mess.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about jacking gears. You must be a strong woman to break your cable.
I must be. I don't know. That's the second
What's the
time
old
we have to
saying?
replace that.
If you can't find it, grind it. You know, switching gears.
That's true. Yeah,
She ground it so hard she busted her shifter cable.
man.
It's
But
like,
didn't you say it was new?
yeah, we just put it on, but not too long ago. Well, last fall, I think it was.
Yeah.
And take that busted piece back up to him and say, "Hey, I want
From what
you to
AJ
pay for this."
said, it's like it's under the truck where it has it's a 2-piece connector and it's got like an adjustment spring or whatever. And he said it looked like, I guess there's like a little plunger type thing. He said it looked like it broke off. So, because it wouldn't, everything was still attached. It's just inside that connection. And so he at least been able to keep me from having to put it on a flatbed and bring it home, as I was just out of my mile range for Verizon. They let you go 10 miles free. I'm like,
Put some baling wire on it. It'll last another 10,000 miles.
Duct tape, baby.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I thought if somebody knocks on my window right now, I'm going to kill them.
And the way you said it, you were stranded in traffic, right?
Not really traffic. It's just the way I went down to Fast Track, and it's a very busy area back there, and there's only one way in and one way out.
Yeah.
So, and everybody they don't park like they should. They just park wherever. So sometimes you're, kind of stuck. So when AJ popped it into reverse, I had to back it out and block everybody, and to get to where I could actually turn the wheel to go out. So I'm sitting there, and he had to crawl back under the truck, and then he has to find that lever and he's like, "Is that it? Nope, that's reverse, or that's still reverse," because then he finally finds drive. I was like, "Got it." So then I got to make sure he's out from underneath the truck so I can move.
Oh yeah, you don't want to just start going forward, dragging his ass down.
And
That's
he's
true.
not a little guy, so he doesn't have much clearance. So
Right.
he's got to shimmy his way under there and hope he don't get stuck. So when he's like hitting the exhaust with his arm, he's like, "Oh, son of a!" So
Yeah, it'd be like the Road Warrior movies where they're
Yeah.
just dragging people on the desert.
he's a big fella, so it's not. He's tall wise, and he's just a big burly dude. So
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
Hey, look, everybody, we get to see Laurie's pretty hair today. She doesn't have a cap on.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm about ready to get it trimmed.
So
So
long.
it's getting there.
I kind of like it. It's cute.
It is.
So I'm
It is.
just to trim the dead ends off. So
Yeah. Yeah. I
'cause
mean,
my
it's grown
bangs
out really, really
My
good.
bangs are like down to here, so
Well,
because it
And
is
that doesn't work well when you're like trying to work on something and you got hair
yeah, I
hanging
know.
down. And I hate that. I hate hair in my eyes.
Yeah.
Don't
I
like
usually
it.
I usually pull it back like Legolas from The Hobbit.
Mhm, mhm.
yeah.
Pull the bangs back, put a little ponytail in the back. Chris says,
I don't even remember those days.
what, having long hair?
Yeah, or having any hair. But yeah, long hair. And I used to wear my hair kind of not short, so it would flop in front of my eyes. I'd be like trying to blow it up off my face,
I think every elderly man here over the age of 60 is with white hair are all trying to compete for Gandalf because they're all letting their hair grow. I'm like, I'm gonna get every one of them a staff, just start calling them Gandalf 1, Gandalf 2, because they're like all these real long haired guys. I'm like,
I can't stand it. I get out the clippers and buzz my little patch off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mike said the auction house in here has 18% buyer's premium and 50% selling fees. Oh my gosh.
Good
Is
God.
that ridiculous or what? Up
How
north
do they
it
get
was
anybody in to sell their stuff?
10 and 35. I don't know.
I wouldn't be buying anything from there.
Right?
I mean, after all the sellers and all the fees, how are you going to make any money off of anything you buy?
Yeah.
Unless it's
Exactly.
like $1 or something, but still.
Yeah.
That's
So
ridiculous.
between the buyers and the sellers, the auctioneers are making 68%. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. They're making bank.
That's how do they do? The auction houses around here, nobody would use them if ours did that. Would have a bunch of by Godders going, by God, I ain't going to use them. I'm just going to auction it myself.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike said he shaved his head yesterday. Much cooler, and I can run faster.
You can
Mhm.
run,
There
I
you
can't
go.
run.
He's now aerodynamically designed. Airfoil.
Aerodynamic.
Oh man.
Oh.
I used to run some, but now this big old spare tire that bounces around, it's kind of hard.
I don't run anymore. Not unless something's chasing me. So if I'm running, you better run too.
Yeah, exactly. Don't ask why. Just start running.
Yeah, and don't be last.
No, no, no. It's a big old
Oh,
no. How were sales yesterday?
I had one. It's
I
like
got one too.
It was a slow day. I got oh, Todd's got 5.
I got 5,
Um,
but
It was kind of a slow day yesterday.
none of them were very special.
What'd you get? 15?
No, actually, I only got 3.
Oh wow.
I only got 3.
So
I
good,
think
it's not just me.
but they were higher dollar than what I'm used to selling, so I still made my amount, my bottom dollar, but
Yeah. My
it's
biggest item was that I showed y'all that Pentax camera.
yeah.
I decided to part it out, the lenses separate from the camera. And the camera sold yesterday for 45, so
Nice. Good job.
I more than doubled my payout, and then so the lenses will be all profit if and when they sell.
Hmm. I hear somebody talking out there. It's
Mike?
driving me crazy.
You're gonna have to
Better-
get you one of those get you some
The
safety
button.
pins, Mike.
I got those. I forget what they were asking
Are,
on TV where you can add a
are they
button.
like an extend? Yeah,
Yeah,
like an
it's got like a little
extender.
pin. Yeah, it's got like a little pin, and then you put the back on it, and you can it clamps on, so you can remove it when you and just move it where you need it. I got a set of different colored ones because
How
my
about
weight's
those?
That's
up and
cool.
down so much.
Yeah.
Dang, Mike, 15 pounds on you is quite a bit, isn't it?
Right?
You're not that big of a guy, are you?
No, I don't think
Is it
so.
Mike like not not large?
I thought he was pretty slim and trim.
Yeah. And not all that. How tall are you, Mike?
I'm gonna guess 5'8".
I'm gonna say 5'11".
I'm gonna say 5'9".
I'm gonna say 5'10".
We got it covered.
There you go, Mike. Who's the winner?
I'm 5'10", so
Chicken dinner. Yeah.
I was
Get
gonna
up.
say 6, but I don't think it's that tall.
that's an advantage of being tall is how well you can kind of carry your weight.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, to a point.
Yeah, to a point.
Yeah.
I
mean,
still.
my son is tall. He's 6'5", and he probably weighs about 380, if not more.
Agree.
So I mean, he's just a big.
So
burly-
we all messed up.
He makes me look skinny, so I like standing next to him.
Yeah,
No.
15 extra pounds on Mike, it would be like 25 extra pounds on me.
Yeah. Oh, Carol says 5'7". Oh,
5'9".
5'9".
Oh.
168, but now
I
I'm
win.
182.
Ding, 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 ding.
Good job. Good job.
Good job,
I
Todd.
wish I weighed 182 pounds. I'd be happy as a clam. I know I got junk in my trunk.
Mm,
Oh, he shrunk.
Yep.
He used to be 5'10".
Yeah, I'm probably less than 6 feet tall now.
I lost 3/4 of an inch when they fused my spine, so I was 5'10" and almost 5'11".
Wow. Huh. Morning, Karen.
And it's funny because my sisters and my brothers are all shorter than me, You know, was the tallest one of our 5 kids.
Yeah.
My oldest brother's looking up at me. He says, "No, this is just isn't right. The baby sister cannot be taller than the oldest brother." So yeah.
Nishana says I bought my first online auction on Sunday. Spent a total of $26 for 2 lots. One lot has a resale value for 2 dinner plates, $85. It was a fun adventure. Yeah,
Good.
I like those online auctions.
Yeah.
I don't do them very often, but it was a good experience.
I think there's one next week. I can't do that.
Nope.
I'm on a buying freeze.
Yep.
I was thinking about it, but I guess I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, no.
I'm definitely on a buying freeze now because I can't go anywhere till my truck gets fixed. So
Yeah.
I have no choice but to stay home. Unless hey Kimmy, where are you going
Gotta
today?
add some money to your board back there, huh?
Oh, actually, I haven't updated, but I did make my goal. So
Good job.
I have hit that goal. My next goal is to pay off my truck in 10 months. So
Ooh.
and I have 20 months left to do it, but I'm going to try to double it up even more and try to do it in 10 months. So
Good job.
$6,400 in 10 months is what my goal is.
You could do that.
And I think I
Yeah.
can do it. So, because when I get that paid off, then I'm going to start paying off Teresa's vehicle. So,
Right.
trying to become debt free in about 2 years. That's our goal.
Right. That's good.
Which is the basic, like internet, your basic bills, but no
Yeah.
credit cards, nothing like
No
that.
nothing revolving or
Right. That's the goal.
Yeah.
We'll have a credit card if for emergency purposes, but not use it unless it's something we can't pay cash with.
right.
So I'm shooting for 2 years, but it's reasonably would be more like 3, but 2 is the better number for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So all with eBay funds. That's the goal.
Yeah.
So,
It's good to be debt free.
yeah.
So how many of y'all are getting the new Apple car?
A what?
Or did you even know Apple was going to make a car?
No, is it like a smart car or something?
Yeah. It's like
It's like an iMac car.
it's like
Can you see
some
some
of
of
the first in the generation of cars that drive themselves.
I
Oh my
can't even
God.
get in a smart car. I have a golf cart bigger than some of these smart cars. They look more like a pregnant roller skate. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being real big, but I can also imagine you'll have like, the end of your cord that plugs into your iPhone. I
Yeah.
can imagine that you're going to get an emplacement in the back of your head. You just stick that
Yeah.
in the back of your head, and then you just think about where you want to go, and the car goes there. No? Okay. I'm
They
just
already have chips that can be implanted in your brain that they're working on to they're mostly for people that have brain injuries,
Mhm.
but Elon
That's
Musk is the one who is marketing it. But and it's his scientists and stuff that have invented it, but it's a chip that goes in your brain, and like if you have trouble with paralysis or something, it's going to fix that problem so that you can actually walk.
right. Huh.
well, that'd be a good thing. I would do that if I was paralyzed.
Why not?
Yeah.
What the heck?
If Medicare will pay for it now that I'm on Medicare.
But if they can do that, then why couldn't they, put a calculus chip in, to make your brain more of a calculator, or whatever. If you have
Then we would just be robots.
if you have problems with dyslexia,
No.
they could fix that problem with, putting a dictionary or whatever in your head.
We would be like
or,
part
you
of the
know,
Borg. Wasn't that the civilization that they were all tied into one brain? The Borg.
my kids already call me part cyborg
Yeah.
because of my hearing aids.
Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Even Jean-Luc Picard became part of the Borg, didn't he? For
Yeah.
a while.
Nope. There's nothing that makes your kids listen unless you sound like an ice cream truck or a candy wrapper or something.
Yeah.
It's like I used to yell at my kids. I said, "You can't hear me standing 3 feet away from me, but you can hear the damn ice cream truck 5 miles away."
Oh my god.
Yes, that's what it's called, Mike. A Neuralink.
Wow.
Yeah, Julie said, "Is there one to make kids listen to you?"
No.
Uh-uh.
I looked for years, just nothing.
Yeah.
I think good that when my kids listen was the mom look, and that's all I had to do. Is like, and they're like,
Or a
Okay.
wooden spoon.
Yeah.
That always works too.
Gwen would get the app that makes your husband behave. Yeah.
Trust me,
Run
if there
into my
was
children.
something that made kids listen, my mom would have had it years ago when I was a kid. It would have been, or invented it one. I used to make her so mad. She'd say, "You go get a switch so I can spank your butt." I'm like, "Why would I go get a stick so you can hit me with it?" No. Not doing that.
It's crazy.
I told
Yeah,
you.
you know what I mean, Kelly.
I told you to go get a switch. No.
Yeah. We used to have a little paddle hanging in Dad's closet, and he'd say,
Oh
"Go
yeah.
bring me the paddle."
Yeah.
Ours was called the rocket board.
No, Dad, no, 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 no.
It had my name on one side and Geezer's name on the other. My nephew. Because that's who we used it for.
Ours was a
Bring me that
belt.
paddle right now. No, Dad, no, no.
Well, our parents didn't mess around. It was just a belt. It was
Mm,
just a leather belt.
Oh, I got that some too, but I don't know.
I never got that, but I got the
Woo!
spanking with the rocket board. And
That
that's
definitely light you up.
started with the switch. The switch didn't work, so Dad's like, "Okay, I'm
Wow.
gonna fix your asses," literally.
Yeah.
The rocket board.
Julie says she's a real boss around here. She walks around with a wooden spoon. Yep. Got to keep them in line. Got to keep them in line.
Yeah. Times have changed with that spanking though. When I first started teaching, my students would make me a brand new paddle every year in a wood shop. And it'd be all decorated, you know, and if they had to get a swat with it, they would want to they would want to sign their name on the paddle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Can I be the first, Mr. Parker?
If my kids talk to me now, like the kids nowadays talk to their parents, my kids would have been the first kids with dentures, because I would have knocked their teeth down their throat. So you disrespect? Because you watch these videos where these kids are just totally annihilating their parents, and their parents just stand there and let them. I'm like, that is what's wrong with society.
Yeah.
You know, they're afraid. They're either afraid to discipline them, or they're afraid of their kid, one or the other, because the kid knows that.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You're in timeout, buddy. Now go to your room and play video games.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
bye.
took everything. When my kids got into when they could get into trouble, I took everything. They'd have to sit there and read a book or something because I wouldn't let them have nothing.
Yep.
Yeah. When my kids,
I'd make them write what they did wrong like 100 times, 200 times. You know, sit there and do that and think about what they done. So,
as a young parent, I was so confused as to what to do, because I didn't want to put my kids through what I had been through, but I also didn't know what else to do, because that's how I was raised. And so I tried that, I didn't like hitting my kids or anything like that, but I tried, and it came to a point in both of us and in their lives and my life that it was like wasn't working anymore, and I found out that taking away stuff was way better
Yeah.
for both of us. It didn't give me a guilty conscience,
Mhm.
and because I always had a guilty conscience whenever I would spank my kids, but it it did wonders for both of us, and it seemed like it worked for both of us, the way that it was supposed to. It was an actual
Ooh.
bless you. It was an actual consequence for them,
Right.
and showed them, this is what's going to happen if you don't, do what you're supposed to do. If you get bad grades in school because you're, not paying attention or whatever, you need to learn to pay attention.
Yeah.
And, you don't get to play video games if you don't pay attention in school.
I used to threaten to split my kids' ass in the other direction if they didn't knock it off. And
Yeah. And every kid's different. Some need a spanking and some need a scolding and some need a timeout. Some need a this and a that.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between spanking a kid and balling up your fist and knocking the crap out of them. That's
Right.
two totally different things. I swatted my kids when they needed it. I was never. They always thought I was going to kill them, but it was usually just spank on the butt. I called it a botch on the butt to let them know that, hey, I'm the boss here, not you. What I say goes, not what you say goes. This is my house, my rules. So
Yeah.
And because as they get older, they start meeting other kids and they start thinking, oh, these guys get away with this. We're going to try this. It's like it don't work in this house. It might work down there at little Johnny's house, but it ain't going to work in this one.
Right. Right.
Because my son did that when he was like 15, I think, and he started to buck up on me one day because his buddies were here. And I got in him. He was taller than me at that time. I looked at him. I said, I don't care how big you are or who you have in this house. You run your mouth to me like that again, you're going to be laying right there on the floor. And then the kids were sitting there going, AJ, back off, Mom. You don't talk to your mom like that. I said, oh, he knows. He said, oh, I'm not playing. I said, I will knock your teeth right down your throat. You talk to me like that again. So I brought you into this war, big boy. I'll take you out.
Mm-hmm.
And he apologized. He knew he was in the wrong.
And I think that is a lot of what goes on is there's parents that are afraid to stand up to their kids.
Oh yeah.
And that's like they've won.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot. You just gotta find the guts and stand up to them, because if they know that you're scared of them, that's you're in for a long road.
Even
as lost it all.
Even in his age now and as big as he is, all I gotta do is grab that earlobe and just yank it, and he knows, Mom, oh shit, you either cut it out or your earlobe's gonna be down to your kneecap. So which it's gonna be,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole different ball game today, I'm sure, with kids that are teenagers. I feel bad for, parents that can't step up to their kids. Job was getting to where he was taller than me, at 16, 17 years old. And, it does take a little bit of guts to stand up to your kids. And, but, we've always taught, respect is like, if you disrespect me, then you obviously don't love me. You don't care for your life. There's a lot. If you're willing to be that disrespectful, you're going to end up in jail because you're going to have a problem with authority.
Sure.
There's lots of consequences to not having respect for your parents.
Right.
And so that was my main thing. I don't care if you love me right now. You could hate me as much as you want, but you are going to respect me. So that was, and I think my kids appreciate that now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know mine do. I mean, they turned out good, and AJ run with some kids that kind of went the wrong way, but he was smart enough to realize that that's not the kind of life he wanted. So,
Right.
Right.
It's because of how I raised him and the things that I taught him that's not what you do. So
Right.
they could have gone either way, but both my kids turned out good, and Lacey's like my mini me. So
Yeah.
so that's fortunate. I don't know if she would have turned out the same had she stayed with her dad, because her dad's an idiot for one. And I'm not saying that just to be because he's my ex. I'm saying because he really is an idiot. he's
That's
just
okay. I got one of those too.
Huh?
I said that's okay. I got one of those too.
And that's why I refer to him as well, idiot there, I've called him idiot. So
Yeah.
that's I don't even call him by name anymore. But I think it would have been a different turnout had she stayed
Sure.
with him.
Sure.
And I'm glad, fortunate that she wanted to come stay with me and be with me, and I was able to help mold her into who she's become today. So
Right.
she's a wonderful kid, and she's 28, but she's still my kid. So
Yeah. Absolutely. They'll always be your kids.
And
So
she's
Mike
goofy.
got switched for being up on the roof, and Nishana got the belt for playing with matches.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I always got punished for playing with matches, but then when we went on like Boy Scout campouts, I mean, everybody played with fire there.
Mhm. I got in trouble for building tree houses in somebody else's yard all the time. I didn't build them at home. I had somebody else's yard build tree houses.
Oopsie.
And mostly because it was my dad's wood that I was hauling off the throw up the tree,
I agree. Hank says a big difference too now is parents' faces stuck in their phones
Yeah.
Mhm.
and giving the kids zero attention or interaction. Of course, kids are going to act like an asshole. Negative attention is still attention.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if you're not important, then what's on their phone?
Right.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be bad.
Yeah, and this COVID isolation is going to mess with some children's heads too.
Mhm.
Yeah, because some of the attention that they need, is their teachers giving them attention, and
Mhm.
classmates and stuff. And if they're not getting that, then what attention are they getting at home?
And then
Yeah.
you got parents that reward bad behavior by thinking, "Oh, we'll get them an Xbox, so they'll quit doing that." Well, that kid says, "If I do that again, maybe I'll get this."
Yeah.
And if I do it
I
again,
get
I'll get this. So just and
Yeah.
they're trying to bribe these kids to be good, but when really they're rewarding bad behavior.
Right.
So we're fixing to find out some of this stuff. Texas is doing its standardized testing right now.
Ooh.
Mhm.
We're fixing to find out how much dumber the high school kids have gotten, because they take I think it's their junior year or sophomore year, the big test.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We used to call it Iowa
Maybe it's-
testing here.
Yeah.
What do people in Iowa take, the Ohio test? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
in
never understood
Texas,
why they called it the Iowa test, but
Texas is called the STAR test now. But yeah, when those results start coming in, I can't. It's a proven fact already that this remote learning is not as good.
No.
Kids are not learning as much on
Mhm.
remote learning as they did
No.
in the classroom. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And Texas opened their schools up way before a bunch of the states did.
Mhm.
I bet the other states are going to have even more problems.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
a lot
that's
of
right.
schools didn't go back until like November this school year, did they? Bunch of the eastern schools, especially.
We have some of our schools that are still virtual. And they just
Really?
They just posted this morning or last night that King's local will finally be doing in-person schooling in the fall.
Mhm.
So they're still doing virtual. Some of them are doing like partial virtual and partial in person, and then
Right.
they switch off to where this group can now do the virtual and this group can
Yeah.
do different. I think different states and counties are doing things different ways throughout the whole nation. So,
Mhm.
so hopefully
It's
everything works out
pretty
for me.
good though, really, that they left it up to the local area to decide for themselves what they were going to do.
But I don't really like that they're going back and forth though, because that leads kids to, like they don't know if they're coming or going.
Mm.
One day they're in and one day they're out, and their friends are going at different times, and
Yeah, it's crazy.
all kinds of
Yep.
separation there, and it's like confusion.
Right.
And there's still big differences even in Texas now. You still can't go to the high school basketball game and just buy a ticket and go in. They've got limits on how many people can be in the gym and
Yeah.
designated seating and stuff. So it's not normal yet.
I'm getting
Oh,
there though.
you have no idea, Mike, that he says kids at store can't make change for $1 because of the Common Core. Yeah. You have no idea how many times I've had like 22-year-olds, their total $7 and they hand me $9. It's crazy. Even like, they give me a 10 for, something that's like $12. And it's like, you have some more money there, buddy? Because I'm gonna get it. Or they hand me 15 more cents than they should have.
Right.
It's all the time that
Yeah.
it's not even, it's like they're not even looking at their money when they give it to
Yeah.
me. It's like they're just
Yeah.
handing me what's in their pocket or something.
Right. They just put it on the counter
Yeah.
and then you have to count it out.
Yeah.
It's all watered up.
I don't know how to make 15 cents.
No. It's like,
It's really
and I thought I was
really
bad at math.
and that's the thing is, like at McDonald's, it just spits out the change. A lot of places do that now. Where, it just spits out the change, and you just don't have to make the change,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
They've kind of dumbed it down for people, I think.
Yeah.
And that's not good. Not good. On our part. But
Yeah.
I cashiered some at Home Depot and just about everybody used a card there, so I was surprised when the cash drawer would pop open.
right. It kind of scared you, right? Ooh.
Oh, what's that?
I forgot about that thing.
Drawer full of money. Ooh, must be my lucky day.
Yeah, you handed me a $20 bill. What's this?
Is this Monopoly money?
Yeah, we had those pens. We're supposed to mark on them, for 50 or 100. I never
We
did.
don't even use those anymore.
I just shoved them in the drawer.
We don't even use those pens anymore because they got them to where they can do fakes with that can't be detected by pens. So we just look for the bar strip on all the bills. That's above a. I don't think it's maybe a $10 has them. I think a 10 has it. So 10 and above has the strips in it.
Yeah.
That's what we look for. If they don't have the strip, then we're not supposed to take it.
Yeah.
A lot of the companies that used maybe not legal citizens, a lot of times they would pay out a bill and hand you $1,800 in cash, and you'd sit there and go, because you're supposed to stick 500 at a time in that tube tube thing and send it up the chute to the office, you know.
Hi, Mr. Sadie. Mr. Sadie said I had a McDonald's employee ask me how much I should get back once. I said all of it.
Mike says, I love the dazed look on their face when the total's $8.15 and I hand them $20.20.
Mhm.
And they're like,
Yeah.
what am I
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah. Did you mean to give this to me?
That's right. They sure know what $15 per hour means.
Oh,
True
yeah.
enough.
That is
True
so funny.
enough. Well, it's 9 o'clock. You know what time it is? Time to get busy. Time to get some listing done and some sales made and some packing done. Like I said, I got 3 shipping out. So 4 because I made a sale this morning. But yep, gonna get those out and get to listing.
Yeah.
Had a
Yep.
long day ahead of me.
Yep.
So,
I got to go dig through my death pile and get all the stuff to put in my garage sale.
okay.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody has a great day. Get some sales. Get some things listed.
Bye, guys.
If it's not listed, it can't sell.
Mm-mm.
See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.